Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, hydrogen-powered aircraft to attempt nonstop global flight, safety vulnerabilities identified in NTSB investigation, SpaceX relocating Dragon water landings. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Hydrogen-powered aircraft to attempt nonstop global flight. Swiss aviator Bertrand Piccard and his team are building a fully hydrogen-powered aircraft. The project, titled Climate Impulse, aspires to make a nonstop flight around the world. In doing so, the team hopes to inspire a greener future for aviation. Piccard is a well-known figure in the sustainable aviation industry. In 1999, he and co-pilot Brian Jones became the first to circumnavigate the globe in a hot air balloon. Then in 2016, he did it again in the Solar Impulse 2. This solar-powered aircraft was a pioneer of sustainable flight achievement. Originally, it was intended to be hydrogen-powered, but the technology currently available was insufficient. Now, however, Piccard believes that it is possible. Piccard intends to do just that in his new project named Climate Impulse. This fully hydrogen-powered aircraft is designed with the capability to fly nonstop around the equator in a short 9 days. It is designed around the 2 hydrogen tanks, with a small central pod for the pilots in the middle. The propellers and tails are mounted on the tanks to increase stability. Piccard and his team intend to begin Climate Impulse testing within the next 2 years. Their target date for the circumnavigation is set for 2028. After the break, CAMCOPTER S-100 squadron used to protect 2024 Olympics.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. CAMCOPTER S-100 squadron used to protect 2024 Olympics. The 2024 Olympic ceremony took place in Paris. To secure the waters around the event, the French Navy utilized the Schiebel CAMCOPTER S-100 UAS. During these operations, the CAMCOPTER S-100 was equipped with a high-performance EO/IR camera and an automatic identification system. These features were meant to help authorities more efficiently monitor the sailing, kitesurfing, and windsurfing events occurring toward Marseille. Misleading Virgin Atlantic Advert banned. Virgin Atlantic thought they could get away with claiming to be the first airline to fly transatlantic on 100% sustainable aviation fuel. They were wrong. The ad, which was made public late last year, stated that Flight 100 from London Heathrow to New York's JFK would make them the world's first commercial airline to fly across the Atlantic on 100% SAF. Shortly after, the Advertising Standards Authority received 5 complaints. They all said in various words that the 100% sustainable statement was a false representation. Embraer gets order for 8 E190-E2 aircraft. Embraer announced it has received a firm order for 8 of its E190-E2 small narrow-body aircraft from Virgin Australia. The E190-E2 fleet will be based in Perth, Western Australia, and operated by Virgin Australia Regional Airlines. Deliveries are scheduled to begin in the second half of 2025, with the aircraft entering service in October. The E190-E2s will join the airline's larger narrow-body aircraft as the airline renews its fleet and replaces the long-serving Fokker fleet. NASA's New Mexico site launches scientific balloons. NASA's schedule of high-altitude balloon launches has commenced at Fort Sumner, New Mexico. For more than 30 years, the NASA balloon program has provided high-altitude platforms for technological and scientific investigations that have yielded information fundamental to our understanding of Earth, the solar system, and the universe. The fall campaign will conduct launches from mid-August through mid-October. 8 balloon flights from NASA's Fort Sumner balloon launch site in eastern New Mexico will transport 16 missions, including experiments and technology demonstrations in heliophysics, astrophysics, and atmospheric research. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Safety vulnerabilities identified in NTSB investigation. The NTSB conducted an investigation of over 500 fatal and non-fatal accidents between 2010 and 2022. The study found several safety issues affecting a subset of commercial aviation operations that includes commuter air carriers, air ambulance services, air tour operators, on-demand bizjet charters, and other operations. The investigation was spurred by the observation of several safety concerns following recent investigations involving Part 135 operators. The NTSB's analysis of the accidents resulted in the issuance of 3 new safety recommendations. 1. Unsafe loading conditions. 4 single-engine airplane accidents had unsafe loading conditions identified. Recommended a requirement mandating flight manifests and weight and balance documentation for all aircraft operating under Part 135. 2. Lack of certified dispatcher for some operations. 12 accidents had deficient flight dispatch and operational control because personnel were not certified and FAA did not require them to be. Recommended certified personnel to enhance the safety margin and quality control of pre-flight planning, weather, fuel, and monitoring of conditions along the route. And 3. Flight data monitoring. Investigative report noted the ability of flight data monitoring to inform Part 135 operators how pilots conducted flights. Recommended a periodic review of such info to assist operators in detecting and correcting deviations from company SOPs. After these messages, SpaceX relocating Dragon water landings.
I think it's a very important thing to share the joy and love of flying. Our customers fly to remote places. They use our products to go places that are difficult to get to. Hertz has been an excellent partner for Whip Air, just in terms of your product support, as well as keeping an eye on the market and developing new products that meet demands. And it is that shared experience and the joy of flying that brings us all back and charges all of our batteries up.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged 4-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. SpaceX relocating Dragon water landings. SpaceX has decided to reprogram the Dragon landings to splash down in the Pacific Ocean off Long Beach, California. The company explained the move is due to concerns over the module's trunk section shedding debris during reentry. Industry standard engineering models of material breakups in the atmosphere were used during the development of orbital and reentry plans for Dragon. The models predicted that the trunk would break apart and completely burn up due to the high temperatures created by air resistance during high-speed re-entry. However, during NASA's Crew 1 mission, some trunk debris was discovered in Australia. After reviewing the models, the existing data, and data from subsequent materials testing, the decision was made to move the splashdowns to the Pacific to avoid the risk of debris shedding along the re-entry path. SpaceX plans to start moving the recovery operations and splashdowns to the Pacific next year, with the recovery vessel based at the Port of Long Beach. This obviously pleased Long Beach Mayor Rex Richardson very much, who posted on X, quote, "Excited to share a Space Beach update. Long Beach will be the new home to SpaceX's Dragon recovery vessel, as their West Coast recovery operations team based out of Port of Long Beach will welcome back both NASA and other private astronauts who are returning to Earth from orbit and beyond," end quote. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.